This is a series of 100 films about Japanese foods that I've eaten, and this is a film about a food so basic they don't even charge you for it. When you move countries, you do a lot of research before arrival. You set up an imaginary country in your mind, and that's what I did before I moved to Tokyo. And this imaginary country can be made up of small things, like the way British people in America often feel they're going to get shot the moment they walk out of the airport at JFK, even though that's not true. Just for the record, America has many safe suburbs. It's got a lot of guns too, though that's one way of imagining a country. Yasai. And with Japan, because it's so far away and so exoticized by the mainstream media, you do a lot of research before you move there. There's another thing we do when we look at a foreign country. We assume everything that is foreign is the opposite of what we're used to, and that's not true. Some things may be opposite, some things may be the same, some things may be different in a way we never expected. To illustrate this, let's talk about edamame. It's one of those foods that people eat when they're health conscious in North America. They might call it a superfood, which is the only way to market foods without salt, sugar, and fat. Yasai. Edamame are giant green beans, and they make a lot of soy products from them. And I remember 10 or so years ago when I used to live with roommates in the film industry, we used to buy frozen edamame and boil them. They then eat them as a snack food. What we didn't know, because I'd never lived in Japan at that point, is how edamame is this kind of thing they hand out as a free appetizer. And in Japan, I've never eaten it piping hot. When you go to an izakaya in Japan, the first thing they put on your table besides chopsticks or water is a bowl of edamame, and a second bowl for you to put the empty husks in. And the edamame is salted and cold. And so even if you order a beer and you have nothing else to eat, at least you'll have edamame because it's free, or sabisu, as they say in Japanese. That's service in English. So next time you're at a Japanese restaurant in an English-speaking country, keep in mind if you're spending $4 for edamame, you're overpaying. And that's why when you're with your Japanese friends in an English-speaking country and they see Japanese food prices, they roll their eyes. Of course, it goes both ways. In Japan, if you want French cheese or Californian wine or something really exotic like mashed potatoes, you overpay dearly as well. The word of the day. The word of the day is yasai. It means vegetable in Japanese. So if you're vegan, you can point to any unrecognizable food in Japan and ask, Yasai desu ka? And if you're vegan or vegetarian, you'll ask this every time you go to a restaurant in Japan. So if you want to remember this word, feel free to watch this video 10 more times and repeat along with me, or at least that's what I do. Next time. So that's it until next time when we look at the most common staple food for English speakers that has taken on a completely different life in Japan. So until then, sayonara.